Terry Pongi at 12 go, Lansdowne at 13, Biali Christie at 14, Jordan Bunce at 15, as referee Grant Stewart kicks off, goes straight down into the hands of 13 Elijah Ali. He sets and runs forward, puts the ball nicely out there as Melville set, midfield and the penalty, across the top came the tech forwards, that's all right. Got another pen in here somewhere. Oh.
I realise that that's not my pen.
I realise
just trying to pinch your pen. It's the penalty there for Melville to start the game off.
Swish looking coach down here, Greg Smith from Fraser Tech. Good looking bloke he is too. I thought you were
Isn't that another face of the radio then, Minty? Greg saying that sort of stuff.
Kieran Bartlett, halfback for Melville, has the ball, puts it in, nicely taken, straight off the top. O'Donnell, beautiful long pass inside, flick to the 8 of Popping. Popping puts it on the ground. Penny rolls himself out of the way for Tech. Tech backs probably a little bit offside in centre field. On the 10, up crash ball. Tech getting up really, really fast. That's Pongi in the 12. Still retained by Melville. They've gone back 10, 15 metres inside their own half, midfield. O'Donnell puts the ball out. Melville on the ground by Penny. That was double roll, says referee Stewart.
Good experienced referee. The man in the middle for this one, isn't he, Minty?
School principal he is. Been around the traps of refereeing for a long, long time.
I have to say though, our pockets are pretty empty. He asked us to say only nice things, but
he hasn't
really paid for that, has he?
Hasn't brought us lollies or beer, so that's not going to happen. Penny Ioane, over 200 games for Fraser Tech in the 5.
Tell you what, Minty, there's actually a guy, I think might have been Wellington, that played 500 senior games last week.
Oh, crikey.
Yeah, that's not making me tired.
Off the top, Tech take it. They set the rumble. Ioane in there straight onto the ball carrier. Joe Shears was the taker. Melville defending violently at the moment, but Tech, they've rolled forward 15 metres, heading towards the post, centre field. Jenkinson, the little half-back for Tech. Yakety to his forwards. Keep rolling forward. Last week against Old Boys, Tech had a strong start. They scored in the first couple of minutes. They're rolling towards the line. Melville defending. Jenkinson, the half-back, telling the referee Stewart, oh, it's at the back. It's going to go in, it's a
pretty
try.
Good try there.
2 minutes in, try Tech. About a metre side of the left-hand upright, just too strong, too big. Looking to see who the try scorer was as they come out.
Just having to do some fixing to the scoreboard there. Sorry, folks. That was, of course, it's left the team up there from Otaronga, but good forward movement. And one of the reasons why, Minty, I'm sure you realise, is that the reason why they've been undefeated this season and top of the table is the forward movement is pretty good.
That'll do.
Right out, just in front of the left-hand uprights there, Minty, and he's shanked it to the left, unconverted.
Joe Shires, the try for Tech. No conversion. 3 minutes gone, 5-0. Fraser Tech unbeaten this year over Melville. Tech put the Stag Trophy away for the season last week with a good hard-fought win over Hamilton Old Boys at home at Mill Street. Ioane with a great take. Tech straight away open up and go. Looking to run the ball and run it hard. In the middle. Pongi trying to break through. Leaves the ball up. Turned over by Melville. Now they've got it back. Christie on that long, skilled left foot. He hangs back. It's going to come back to him. Christie, fresh back from Mazda. Lets it go past him. Looks up. There's no one coming at him. He puts the ball up in the air. On the left foot, he chases through. It's going to come down near the sideline and bounces out. Christie tries to knock it back. Just in front of the 14 of Jenkinson.
Melville looking a little bit panicked there with ball in hand. Good to see a few of these players back. Dan Jenkinson, of course, played a few games in the New Zealand Sevens men's tournament that they had a couple of months ago.
Yeah, Sam Christie, of course, 3 years up with Mazda Japan. Now come back home and doing a building apprenticeship. Now if he taken midfield. Melville set. Ball's there. Knock back, says referee. Gillard, the 5, puts his head down, rolls forward a little bit. Ball's there for Melville. Now turned over by Tech. There it is, the 6 flicks it out. Sutty feeds it wide. Right out to the right wing side. Tech get across there quickly. Ball's there for Jenkinson. Sutty, the 6, with his head down, makes a couple. They go blind again. The 12 was there. Fast hands from Tech. Goes behind Penne. One of the backs comes through, picks it up. Ball's there again for Tech. Retention's good at the moment. Peter Neal. The prop puts the ball on the ground. Rolls again. It's there again for Tech. Melville defending. Christie, the left foot, puts it through towards the corner. Getting through. Going to be close. Referee says it's out. Ball's out. 6 gone, 5-0. Tech lead. Melville, defensive line out. Luke White in the 4. Gillard in the 5. They'll be the targets for Melville. Tech get up and then they interfere with the pill. It's there for Tech. Turnover from the line out. They're going to do what they did last time. They set. Good defence from Melville though. Puts the players on the ground. Roll forward again from Tech. They're close. Jenkinson looking to the right to Christie. Christie feeds out to Poney. Out wide. There's a big gap out there. It's gone right out by the corner. Big step back in. And the try on the right wing side.
They might be checking this, Minty.
We're having a look from the touch sheet. Having a discussion with Grant Stewart.
No try.
No try. Knock on, says the touchies.
Well, the assistant referee...
So he's called it out. Said he was out before he scored.
The assistant referee was right there, Minty, so he had the the right eyes on that.
So the early Christie on the right wing side. Tapia, Cook Savage and Viali Christie swap shirts. Oh, right over the top. Not taken. Melville. Gone to the hands of 12. O'Donnell. He just crashes it forward. Sets up good ball for Melville. Counter ruck by Tech. Melville recounter. Ball's there. On the right foot. Punch down the sideline. Makes its way up to about 5 or 6 metres out, even a bit further than that outside the 22. Jordan Bunce making a return to Tech today. Played for the Bees, played 80 minutes last week for Tech Bees, returning from injury.
He's one of those guys though, Minty, isn't he? Doesn't matter who he plays for, at what level, he always wants to play rugby.
Off the top, Dickinson. Running ball. Set by Tech. It's there again. Into the hands of 3. George Dyer. He puts his head down. Sets it nicely. Dickinson. Christie at first receiver. They go to the right. Lands down with the flick. Ioane's out there running wide on the wing. Ball in hand from Tech at the moment. You wouldn't think the conditions underground were wet. Christie, the big wide ball. Right, goes over the top. Back to Bunce. Oh, Bunce misses it. Bunce has to get back and tidy up. Melville defence charging through. Tech have regrouped. Dickinson to Christie. Christie on the left foot. He'll put it one way and that'll be down in the corner. If it was Rugby Park, that'll be the old referee's corner. Onto the right foot. Big punt downtown. Not out. The big reverse pass. Bunce.
Guilty of being too clever there, Minty.
Yeah, I think the idea was to try and get it wide. Sam Christie's doubting him.
It looked good.
Sam's asking the question. Come on, ref, not me. I played in Japan. I'd never throw it forward.
It was a good pass, but just forward is the only issue there. I must also say with the referees, Minty, big shout out to Ben Willerton as well as Michael Winter and Larissa Collingwood.
Making the New Zealand squad.
Making the New Zealand referee squad for the Heartland Championship, Farah Palmer Cup and Bunnings NPC.
10 gone, 5-0. Tech lead. Colin O'Donnell has the ball for Melville. Hidanel Sampenny, George Dyer, front row for Tech. Ganiali, Kieran Barton, Joe Ormsley, front row for Melville. Last week, the Tech front row got towelled up a little bit by old boys early on. Rob Cobb absolutely demolished the Tech scrum after scrum.
There's a player with a lot of promise, that Rob Cobb.
Very, very strong.
Also got a New Zealand under-20s squad member this year playing in this game as well, Tupai Cook-Savage.
Yeah.
Who's been playing very decent rugby recently.
He's running in the 14, not the 11, isn't he? Because this isn't Tupai Cook-Savage.
No, this is not Tupai here.
So he's running in the 14. The Ali Christie's running in the 11. I thought they were trying to confuse me, and they did.
They're pretty successful of that today, aren't they?
They're really trying me on today. First game, there's about 16 changes. There he is, the coach of Melville down there, Boots.
Well, I even said to Boots that he's lost the mantle of the most team changes in one day because Otaronga took that title off him.
Wayne Booten, the coach of the last winning Roller Mills side here in the Waikato. Last year when Roller Mills was now finished.
2 years ago now, Minty. It was
last year.
Last year now.
Was it 2 years ago? I don't know.
2 years ago. Last year was
it 2 years
COVID.
ago? Oh, fair go.
That's how far in advance we are these days.
I wrote last year off as a waste of time.
Yeah, like most of us.
Didn't count. Oh, Tech, big scrum, but good ball by Melville. Luke Ali. O'Donnell on the right foot. The experience showing through. Who's back there having a look at it? Savage on his right foot. Pushes it right down the sideline. Taken nicely. Melville looking to run it. In midfield they are. Out to Sinkinson. Sinkinson looking for the gap. Sinkinson through! Busting right through the middle. Sinkinson still going. On the inside to 12. O'Donnell. O'Donnell's going to run under the post. Declan O'Donnell, after Sinkinson cuts through a gap the size of a wave. Beautiful inside running from O'Donnell, showing his experience in the land of sevens and footy at top level for a long time. Ran a beautiful inside line. Goes under the posts for Melville.
I was going to say, Minty, right there it was the old age sevens and the new age sevens basically there between Sinkinson and O'Donnell, because Declan O'Donnell making his name in the New Zealand sevens team.
O'Donnell's hurt himself.
Quite a few years ago, yeah, doesn't might have a high ankle sprain by the look of that.
Great try though, beautifully run on the inside. Gaps opened up. Defence was poor from Tech. Bill Hogg, look at that. He's been around Melville forever and a day.
He's limping too, so maybe it's in the water here at Melville.
Best part of refereeing at Melville was Bill Hogg days. You got your beer at half time. Not allowed to do that anymore.
No, that's not PC. Not the PC ways, Minty.
So Declan O'Donnell getting his leg taped up. Cross, the kick goes from the 10. Jared Allen Baker.
7-5.
7-5 are going to have a rest while O'Donnell gets all wrapped up, taped up and bound up.
It's what happens to old age people, they say, Minty. I have to realise that even if I carried on playing senior rugby, not that I ever did play it, I'd be looking at the tape as well.
I'd be looking for a shower about now, to be honest, but that's
it hasn't rained. At least they've turned the rain off for us, Minty.
Yeah, got to have something good going for you. So Tech just waiting on O'Donnell's getting all strapped up. That ankle looks pretty grief-filled. Let's see how he's running when he gets up. Oh, that's sore. He's going to have to try and run through that.
Give the ball in, right?
Yeah. One way to fix that is the ball in hand. Cool by Glenn, one of the Melville supporters here.
It'll hurt worse tomorrow. Jordan Bunce about to take this inside his own 10-metre line. Takes it nicely. Puts it to Sam Christie out in the middle. Tupai Cook-Savage on the right wing side. Cuts in, cuts out. Makes a break. Got the tricky feet. Christie out wide to Bunce. Ponga out wide. Here we come out to Christie again. The left wing. Inside it goes to Shears, the 7, the try scorer. Ball's there. Dyer. Bunce looking for the split through the middle. Oh, they go for the crash ball from Neil. He knocks it on. Turn over to Melville. It's in the hands of Ace Gillard, the 5. He puts the ball down. O'Donnell goes to the left. Oh, to his brother. The ball couldn't get there. We'll come back for the penalty. No advantage. Wrapping the play up. O'Donnell struggling. That ball was put out in front of him by his brother Kylam, and Declan just couldn't run onto it. He was half a yard short.
Kylam, I'm sure he's played 50 games now for the Melville senior side. I'm sure he'd be telling Declan that the pass was fine and no issue at all. You were just too slow on it.
Yeah, one of them's a player, the other one's a player coach. I think he's got one. I don't know which one's probably.
I know, but yeah, you're going to say, you know who's going to win that argument.
And it won't be me. Penalty put out. Is it going to go out? No, it's not. Ball's not put out. Taken. Cook Savage cuts up. He cuts back to the right. Feeds the ball in. Tech running ball. That's Ioane. The big number 5 puts the ball on the ground. He feeds it out wide. Tech up to the halfway line. Jenkinson. Christie puts it in the middle to 6. Suddy. He drops the ball. Going to be a scrum. Melville. Sorry, that's 8 in Ankerville. He just tried to turn and pass a little bit before he had control of the pill. Gaps opening up wide, both sides.
Both sides, yeah. I was just going to say, both sides have opened up the defensive line a little bit. Definitely the Melville try came through because of that.
You wouldn't be working on being at Melville. A little bit heavy underfoot. Lots of rain this week. Been field days on, so nothing more you expect. O'Donnell still favouring that right ankle. Slowly getting better. He's walking through the pain. Brother Kylam O'Donnell, the halfback for Melville, has the ball. Last scrum, Tech destroyed the Melville scrum. They've got the big shunt on again, but ball's out quick. O'Donnell out to the 11 of Ali. Ali's looking for the wrap around the 10 of Alan Baker. Ball's there of O'Donnell. He comes to the right, into the hands of 5, Ash Gillard. Good ball for Melville, fast ball. O'Donnell to O'Donnell, out to the 1 of Danny Ali. And they peel away again. It's the 7 on the inside. O'Donnell's going to go through. Sam Christie's not going to get him. Declan O'Donnell.
They had it earlier. Well, it came from the people in the truck here. He gives the ball and he's okay. Not an issue with his foot at all.
There was a run from Blair Ali, the 7. He got through the middle. He beat 5 or 6, cut back inside. And there he was, Declan O'Donnell on the inside waiting for the ball. That ankle's not so crook now. He just ran through a bit of pain. Scores a great try. Went around the outside of a couple. Then outran Sam Christie in the cover defence to score out wide. 12-5, Melville lead after 18 minutes here at Collins Road.
Just a score from Fred Jones Park. Let's just say Hamilton Old Boys won the other semi-final in the women's.
Thought they might have by a bit of a canter.
Yeah, as I said, we'll just leave it at a win.
Very similar.
So,
very similar game this week to last week with Tech and Old Boys. Tech got away to a flying start, got out in front. Old Boys came back and scored. Then it went backwards and forwards. Tech got away with a couple of lucky tries to make it 39-21. But Tech have been guilty a little bit this year, about 20 minutes in of going to sleep. They started a little bit earlier this year. Greg Smith, the coach, has normally climbed into them at half time and got them all going again.
Man, never too short of a word, does he, Greg Smith?
No, very good coach, very astute coach, him and Daniel Tickett. They do a good job with the Tech side. Boots does with Melville.
Oh, brilliant conversion. 14-5.
14-5. The 8-4-3 out of Collins Road lead at the moment. Melville, desperate for a win at the moment. They've got a couple of tough games in front of it. How Tech and Marist the next couple of weeks, I think.
The only other game we've got a score for, Hamilton Old Boys 7 over Morrinsville 3 currently.
Well, that's the way that should go. Morrinsville have been up and down. Depends if Dwayne Sweeney's back playing for those. Sam Christie back at halfway. Ball on his left foot, puts it deep. Kylam O'Donnell takes it down the 9. He puts it on his right foot and he smacks it straight at us. Goes over the back and disappears into the school. Sam Penny, son of All Black Aaron Penny, that hooker for Tech. And a kneel at 1. Ioane in the middle, just a four-man line out for Tech. Over the top of Ioane's head, taken by Melville, turnover. Big tackle from Jenkinson coming across. Melville with good ball. O'Donnell puts it on the right foot. Viali Christie goes back. He feeds it in field to Jordan Bunce. Bunce on the cutback. He tries to go through the middle. That's just running into trouble.
Heavy
Bunce is lucky there. He had a couple of helpers from Tech. Dickinson feeds it out wide. Dyer on the inside. He makes a couple. Gets put on the ground by a good Melville tackle. He feeds it in field to Jordan Bunce. Bunce on the cutback. He tries to go through the middle. That's just goes to the centre into the hands of Luke White, the big lock. The 12, Pongia gets through the middle. Ball there again for Tech. They've gone blindside. Melville defence is solid though, putting them on the deck with good tackles. Dickinson comes back to his left. Penne gets half a gap. Ball's there again. Fast recycle from Tech. Christie, look out, they're in trouble out here. Bunce cuts back in. Bunce puts the little chip kick through. It's coming in for Viali Christie. No, it's been taken by the fullback. Coming the other way. Fluffy Tuanai. He takes the ball, puts it on the deck. O'Donnell. Downtown goes the ball. Nankiville feeds it out wide. All the way to Tapai Cook Savage on the right wing. Savage with some speed. He gets monstered. Great tackle from Elijah Ali. Puts Cook Savage on the deck. Ball's there again for Tech. The forwards take it back in. They take it up and tighten things up a little bit. Dyer puts the ball on the ground. Jenkinson looks left, looks right. He comes to the left. Christie says, we'll go back down there into the paddock. We'll bounce it about a metre inside the touchline and it will roll over.
Oh, great passage of play there, Minty. Both sides backwards and forwards, and both teams opting to go to the boot. Score from the other side of town here, Minty. Hamilton Marist taking on Hotabu.
Yeah.
7-3 to Hamilton Marist.
Marist up 7-3. Scary. Marist needs some bit of confidence last week. Carrying that through. Great defence from Melville though, with Tech with ball in hand. Tech leading 14-5. Defensive line out Melville. Oh, knocked on, it's gone through. Tech goes straight through the middle. They're close. Dickinson looks out. Knocked on. Oh, bit of push and shove. Crosstown rivalry, isn't it a wonderful thing? Last week, Tech and Old Boys are only a road between them. They were loving each other. They were loving each other all the time.
Crosstown and across the road like Old Boys and Marist. Old Boys and Tech, sorry.
It wouldn't be a Hamilton game with about a bit of niggle in it. It's been going on for years, back from the days of Norm Morrow and Maya Melson.
You were born in the 1800s, Munty.
I don't start that I played when Norm Morrow was playing, so how old I am. And Maya.
I actually saw Phil Coffin being interviewed on Grassroots Rugby the other night.
He was younger than me.
Yeah, I was going to say he's a little bit younger, but hasn't changed much, Big Phil.
So Nankiville wearing the 8, he's on the blind side of the scrum. Joe Shears at number 8. And the 6, Alex Suddy. Jordan Bunce at fullback, yapping along. Tech scrum has been destroying Melville so far. Here comes the big shove and the penalty. Screwing. Like I said last week, the Old Boys scrum pushed Tech around. Greg Smith would have worked on that this week and having no part of that.
Thanks for confusing me on the live stream too, Bunty, with your text messages on the updates.
Viali Christie takes it, not out, infield to Bunce. Bunce centre field on halfway. That's 2 kicks so far that haven't been put out. Breaking through, the 12 for Tech. Pongi gets through. Ball's there. Tech forwards pour in, roll across the top. Christie, it's been kept in hand. Ioane gets 3 or 4. He breaks a couple. Ball's there again for Tech. And penalty, turnover. Great defence, Melville.
Well, two possessions here from Fraser Tech and 2 penalties that they've coughed it up. 4-1 and penalties conceded through to the way of Fraser Tech too. So a bit of ill-discipline, but as I said in that women's game, Minty, you've got to have players to the ruck to secure it, to get free ball back to your backs.
Yeah, you do. You got to put the pill out. That's 2 penalties that Melville have had that they've failed to put over the touchline.
Managed to this time though, at least.
Yeah, this one's well and truly out on the 10 metre line. As the sunshine comes out. Not as
Well,
cold as it was.
field days is over, so the sun's allowed out now.
Melville slowly walk into the line out, shorten line out, make the call. It's gone over the top, line out's all over the top, but O'Donnell's taken it way over the back, he sets it up. It's there on the deck. Colin O'Donnell, a halfback, on his right foot, it's partially charged down. George Dyer gets back there to clean up, he resets. It's missed everybody, it was messy. Tupaia Cook Savage at first receiver, he puts on his right foot. He smacks it all the way down inside the Melville 22. The big left foot punches it all the way back to Sam Christie inside his own half, almost on the 22 metre line. Jordan Bunce, he's going to right foot that down. O'Donnell in the 12s there. That foot's all good. No, it's not, because he's put that out on the full.
Yeah, as soon as he put it on the boot, that it was no good.
Yeah, his right foot's not flash. Jordan Bunce giving Declan O'Donnell, 2-7's teammates, just a little bit of jip. Just a smile. Big game going on at the moment from Kai Ashgillard, the number 5 for Melbourne, working hard. He's done some great stuff around those rucks and walls. Another throw that's gone over the top. It's been knocked on. So the first 2, referee Stewart is saying we will have either not straight or knock on. I'm not sure which.
No, it's got a knock on.
No, it's
it's
not straight.
Yep.
He's given me the not straight signal. He did the twist. He did the think, whistle, indicate and talk. I just was a bit
Yeah, we won't say what that stands for.
Think,
But
whistle,
see,
indicate, talk.
I know what it's. I know what the acronym is. There's probably a few of them out there too.
27 gone, 14-5. Melville over Tech. Tech unbeaten this year. Offensive scrum, Melville, midfield, way between 10 metre and 22. Right wing side of Collins Road. The home of 8-4-3. Big scrum again from Tech, but Melville have it. On the right foot, big spiralling punt, goes all the way down to Jordan Bunce covering at fullback. Little chip kick from Bunce, it's into no man's land. Will it bounce for Bunce? No, it doesn't. Oh, it's been picked up. Kylan O'Donnell, he grabs the pill. Need fast ball, Tech have slowed it down. We'll go back for the knock on.
It's an interesting little
Nearly worked.
decision there from Jordan because he tried to tap it to one of his own teammates. But he could have actually collected it himself. The bounce was okay.
I reckon he tried to catch it and just missed sort of timed it. Then he tried to tap. If he'd taken that, the thing would have opened up.
It was definitely on for Fraser Tech.
Kylan O'Donnell almost picked it up himself and came the other way. If he'd picked that up, there was no one home at fullback or defensively covering for Tech. So as the props, pick all the dirt out of their sprigs. They need the long sprigs today. 22 mil would be really good on aluminium. Never mind these moulded soles. Get some real sprigs on your feet.
The scrums you have to stay where the knock on happened because you aren't going to move to a better position on the field, I don't think.
Not unless you're in goal. O'Donnell with another scrum for Melville. Tech have had the wood on the last couple of scrums. We got penalised for it. Better scrum from Melville last time. Oh, big push from Tech. Melville have gone back, but they've got the pill. Shoveled it out to first 5 Alan Baker. Oh, Jenkinson out here. He's knocked it on. Just standing a little bit far away. Daniel Jenkinson was nearly there.
Go, Blair!
So we've had a number change. That's Harry
Lafatanui.
Is on the right wing. And Jenkinson's in the 15 at the back. So attacking scrum for Tech. That's what we're supplying attention. Tick, scrum. First time they've had to put into the scrum for a little while. Messy old scrum, pushing and shoving. Referee Stewart will stand them up. So sort it out. On the right wing, wearing the 14 shirt. Very lucky tonight. Jenkinson's running at fullback. Ten sheets were supplied heading the other way around. We've got that right now. Mind you, today wouldn't be right unless we had about 19 number changes in both games. Most of the jerseys didn't fit the woman, but that's alright.
Yeah, well, you know,
That's your fault, Bevin.
We'll remember from the Thara Private Cup, the Northland side saying that the jersey shrunk to the way down.
Jerseys. Half of them didn't have numbers.
Greatest excuse I've ever heard for jersey slots.
They lost the numbers on the bus on the way down. Dickinson with another scrum. Reset. Melville, it's an ugly front row. It's ugly and messy.
Scrum, Melville!
Oh, straight through the middle goes Pauline. Ball on the ground, the 12 from Tech. Out to the 8, Nankiville. Nankiville's running straight forward, puts the ball on the ground. It's there again for Tech. Melville coming over the top. Ioane, the big number 5. He only knows one way. 200 plus games for Tech. Tech just doing the rumble. They're setting it forward. Now looking to come back to the left. Christie, he's going to pop it right out wide. Lands down in the 13. He knocks it on as he gets tackled. We'll go for the scrum.
Handling errors letting Fraser Tech down at the moment, Minty. That is their fourth one in the match.
I just wonder if they're a little bit guilty again, and like in the ladies the game. Before this, they were standing too far apart, trying to throw the ball too far. Ball in hand, helping each other, support play.
Well, to do the fancy stuff, you've got to have the ball, don't you, to start with. Do let us know wherever you are tuning in, folks, who you're supporting. Always great to see. You know, we have people from Canada and all that. And of course
Dave Dillon might have even tuned in from Japan.
Oh, Dave Dillon, yep, former Hauriki Plains College and Sacred Heart, knocking off both my alma maters.
Don't go there. You're not going up the valleys now. We're not in the valleys now.
No, well, I was asked if I was doing the Valley game today, and I had to say that I've done Waikato Club Rugby for the last couple of seasons.
32 minutes gone, 14-5. Melville still have the lead over Tech here at Collins Road. Mighty Melville, home of 8-4-3. Tech travelling across town. One of the great rivalries in the Waikato Club Rugby. Grant Stewart, referee, sets the scrum. Tech with a big push, creeps across, balls there. Colin O'Donnell feeds it to Declan O'Donnell. It's on the crash ball back. He gets put on the ground. Ball's there. O'Donnell puts it on his right foot. He punches it downfield. The Ali Christie's there. Jordan Bunce standing on the infield. Bunce underneath the post. Oh, charge down.
I think it'll be forced by Fraser Tech.
22. 22 drop out. Pressure went on. Jordan Bunce. Quick restart by Dickinson. Pushes it all the way down to Daniel Jenkinson, the 15, with the headgear on. He gets taken by Dickinson. Good defence and running by Dickinson. Penalty from Dickinson, no release. He made the tackle. All he had to do was lift his arms and take the pill, but he went straight on the ball. No clear release, says referee Stewart, and the penalty is for Melville.
Yeah, the statistics at the moment, including the scoreboard vintage, just stacking up against Fraser Tech.
Making too many mistakes, great basic errors, and referee Grant Stewart will officiate. He's one of the top referees, has been at national level.
He's probably second behind Zinni, I think, as years refereed.
The ball goes out right down here in front of us. Melville trot across.
Craig
Booker
Bartlett
for Melville.
tuning in from the UK.
Kieran Bartlett has the ball. Short and line out from Melville. Ball goes in, stolen at the front. Just biffed out into centre field. Tech going backwards. Melville attacking across the top. Blair Ali in the 7 trying to attack the ball, was taken out of it. Peter Neal, prop for Tech, puts the ball down. Dickinson, Tech up very Hard on defence now, it's starting to break out.
Blair
There's
Ali
a
in
gap
the 7
opening up.
trying to attack the ball.
To
just
Pye,
taken
Cook
out of
Savage.
it.
Cook Savage with speed and
Neil
wheels. Oh,
Drops
big
the tech,
tackle.
puts Tech up very, very
Savage
tough.
is there.
Hard
He gets
on
put on the
defence now,
ground.
starting to
Tech
break
following
out.
up.
Blair
Now
Ali
the
in the
gap
7
opening up.
trying to attack the
That
ball.
was
To
great
Pye, Cook
defence from
Savage.
Melville. To Pye, Cook Savage. Huge and fast. Outside step. Of course, the New Zealand under-20s.
Yeah, no, big moment there.
Wheels
That
to
tackle
burn.
had to be made, and it was pretty decent as well. Good afternoon to Hilda Christie, who's tuning in from Brisbane. Sam Christie's mum. There's the line out for Melville. 12 metres inside their own half. And it's been won by Fraser. Tech against the throw. Goes down to ground. It's there for Jenkinson. Finds a one-off runner.
Never mind, Teka got it. They rumble forward. So, just a quick change. Blair Ali's playing in 6. Oh, big gap up through the middle. Tech with the break. Ball's there. Jordan Bunce puts it out of the centre field to the 6. Alex Sutton. Tackle ball. Ball's down and penalty. Here's the question for Tech. Do they Tech take the 3? 36 gone, almost half time, and they're better off going in at 14-8 or cutting the corner and going for a 7, make it 14-12. Me, I'd be taking 3. They've had no ball, they've had no real play.
Well, no territory
They're
either.
ignoring me again because in the early game I said they should take the scrum and they took the tackle. They're going to put it in the corner and go for the...
Yeah, well, let's see if it works out the same way, Minty, as the women's game did.
Open side flanker for Melville is Tyrone Mahutariki Whakalelu, and in the 6 is Blair Ali. We were given the other way around, so apologies for that. We fixed that now. Melville people up here who know the names and the faces will bail us out of the rubbish right now.
They're going to
Play boots. Tech, Ioane takes it in the middle. Tech set. They get the roll on. It's a messy old ruck and maul at the moment. Tech has still got it. It's been stolen. So Melville will put their hands in the middle. They've ripped the ball out. Now they're going to run it out. Danger time for Tech. Melville on a roll. Donald. Midfield, oh, horrible old ball. Declan O'Donnell takes it in midfield and he knocks it on. 37 gone, 38 gone. Melville with the steal from the rolling maul out of the middle. I think Tech thought they'd set it. Melville with good defence turned that over. 14-5.
Score from Fred Jones Park here at Old Boys, 19-3. They are leading over Morrinsville. The other side of town, Hotabu have turned the scoreboard round. They're now 15-7 up against Hamilton Marist. No score as yet from Otrahonga and Te Awamutu.
Never mind then, what's happening at Kirioni?
Oh, that's
What's happening with the green and whites out there in Morrinsville?
got a mate who plays for Kirioni, so see, no, it's not going to tell me.
So, Tech scrum, Dickinson has the ball, almost midfield. 2 minutes till half time, attacking opportunity for Tech. They haven't had much pill for the whole last 30 minutes. Been starved of possession by a very defiant Melville defence. Tech with the push on. There it comes out. Dickinson has to turn behind. Oh, Dickinson's been castled late. And that was Ali coming in after the ball had gone. That stuff's going to get you into strife because the ref will probably see that.
The referees don't the ARs will.
So Tech roll forward again. Christie on the left foot, puts the ball out wide. It's taken by Melville. We'll go back for the penalty. Referee Stewart, quiet word. Reece Jenkinson, as halfbacks do, doing his bollocks.
They talk more than commentators, Minty. We both know how much commentators talk.
It's a halfback thing. They've got this need to yak.
5-2, the penalty count against Fraser Tech currently.
Got a bit though this last week with old boys when they started to come back in the game. Some of the just the late stuff started to affect their game. Melville are in this, got to hold discipline on a mucky old day when it's muddy.
But like the women's game, Minty, just after you ask for it and they don't take it, they do now.
Yeah, here we go. Time almost up at half time. Attacking scrum for Tech. Tech bringing all of their backs out to the left. Cook Savage just hanging right behind the scrum. Very, very fast. 14. Tech have had dominance in a couple of scrums. Melville upset the last one a little bit, so it's a bit of push and shove and give and take. I don't know what goes on in the front rows. Somebody one day they'll tell me, but it's a deep, dark place.
English is the second hardest language in the world to learn, isn't it?
No.
Front row is the first.
Anything in front rows is a dark, dark place to live.
Discuss that just about every week, that the front row language is the hardest one in the world.
Yeah. Not even refs can understand it.
No, it's just a guessing game, isn't it? We try not to admit it, but
It's a means of starting the game with the big boys. Still a scrum. The scrums have been a battle all day. Time's up at half time. 14-5. Melville leading Fraser Tech. No rain, a little bit of wind coming from the north, blowing straight down the field now as it gets a little bit stronger. Ball in. Tech. Start to get a push on. Tech, they've got the advantage. They're rumbling the scrum forward. They're holding it down. They've gone 5. They've gone 6. Maybe 7. They're still going. And the penalty goes. Tech will take another scrum here.
the way their forward pack has been moving, the lineouts have been a bit average at times, Minty, but the scrums have been working for them. So why not pick down another 8 versus 8 big man versus big man competition when you're dominating like they are?
It'll put the pressure on Melville. Have been a good scrum so far, but those last couple, Tech have got some dominance, which starts to give you the old mind game things. Middle row of Melville will just have to tighten up a little bit, wind a bit tighter, a little bit lower, and get those props, get their feet up a little bit. A good high stance. Try not to let the front row of Tech get under them or inside them, or even get on the angle. George Dyer.
Women's Premiership next week. The final will be live streamed between Hamilton Old Boys and Melville, who Melville took out a great final semi just before.
That'll be from Fred Jones Park.
It will be from Fred Jones. The earlier game though will be the championship final between Kiiki and Hilton Maris that won their semis today in that competition. Next week both games will be live streamed.
So time's up at half time. 43 minutes gone. Tech with another big scrum. Here comes the big shunt again. Now Melville starting to backtrack. The push coming on. Tech charging forward. Now the pin around comes. The ball's still there. Advantage to Tech again. Referee Grant Stewart has the arm out. Ball's there.
That
It's
big
still
moment
there.
if Tech can score here.
Right on half time. 14-5 at the moment. A try to Tech will make a massive amount of difference going into half time after having not much ball at all during the middle of the first half. Still there. If it was me, I'd be knocking it on and going back for another scrum. Ball's there for Tech.
Numbers to bear on the right. Doesn't give it though.
Jordan Bunce gets put down in a good tackle. Depends how long the advantage is running for. They're still in the same place the scrum was. And a try.
Fraser
Has gone over.
had to tell in the end, Minty. It was just ball in hand though. Kept it pretty sweet. As you said, they had the penalty advantage coming their way anyway from the scrum. Something had to give, and in the end it was a 5-pointer to Fraser Tech. Right on half time.
14-10. Trying to pick out who's gone over. I'm wondering if it was Nankerville.
Got a funny feeling from the body shape from the far side that might have been Hugo Nankerville.
14-10 kick to come. It is half time here at Collins Road. So they get an extra long break while we take the kick of goal. 44 minutes gone in the first half, 45 minutes. Kicks that towards and near the post, it misses. 14-10 at half time. It is Melville over the unbeaten Fraser Tech at Collins Road as the coaches drag their teams together.
Well, I'm sure
a bit of a yarn about what they're going to do.
I'm sure Wayne Bevin will be just a little bit disappointed. They've coughed up quite a few penalties there towards the end of the match and allowed Fraser Tech back into the game right on half time. Melville were putting a lot of passages of play quite well together themselves. During the middle pieces and then just fell away at the end. Statistics wise, 4-2 knock-ons, Fraser Tech leading that one. 5-3 they've conceded in penalties. And but Fraser Tech have pinched 2 lineouts against Melville's 1. So pretty even Stevens there again with these statistics.
Good old game of footy, isn't it? Club rugby at its best, isn't it? Nice to see the fact we can get out and see club rugby. We can bring club rugby to anyone that wants to watch it around the countryside.
Oh, and overseas though, because we've got a few overseas as well, Munty.
And this is where it starts. You get the junior boys or the junior rugby. It feeds through into secondary school rugby, and then they get out of secondary school and they've got to play senior footy if they want to make those higher honours and go through senior footy into Waikato and then hopefully the Chiefs. So it all starts here. Good crowd out here in Melville, as it always is.
Hamilton Old Boys 19-6 at half time over Morrinsville, and Hotapu leading 15-7 over Hamilton Marist. We'll take a short break here, Minty. You and I both need a bit of a break, I think.
Need a water.
And come on the other side, Melville leading 14-10.
Where's Hoggy with the beer?
He's out there doing the referees, Minty.
Miley in Layers is out now with the new exclusive track presented by Magnum. Vaccinations for the rest of Aotearoa will begin.
Well, welcome back. Second half about to commence here at Collins Road, the home of 8-4-3. Melville lead 14-10. It was 14-5 after the 40-minute mark, and Tech scored after about 44 minutes in. So it is a dour old tough game of footy here at Collins Road. Referee Grant Stewart about to set us underway. Big second half coming up from Melville and Tech as we get underway. Ball's kicked very deep. Jordan Bunce, he feeds it right out wide. Oh, under all sorts of attack. That's the 21. Legend Hotham on for Melville. A change at half time. Jordan Bunce hooks it down on the right foot. Straight into the hands of Tyrone Mahatariki Whakalelu. He puts his head down. Colin O'Donnell puts it on the right foot. There's nobody home. Savage puts it on his right foot. Is he going to find? Finds the infield. O'Donnell fires it infield to the 15 of Jenkinson. Melville punch it downfield. Sam Christie back there onto his left foot. Long ranging left foot punt. Puts it down to Kylam O'Donnell. Goes through his hands. Runs almost over the goal line. Stops just short of the goal line. Kylam O'Donnell runs out. Puts it on his right foot. Punches it up towards halfway. Good turn kick from O'Donnell. Takes it all out to halfway.
Well, Fraser Tech made that little mistake in front of their own goalpost there, Minty, but in the end they've gained 50 metres and now they've got to throw the line out.
Couple of changes. Shaquille Jakeman on for Melville in the 17 in the front row. And the 21, Legend Hotham, replacing Declan O'Donnell by the looks of it in the backs. Hene puts the ball in. Hene Ioane takes it. Dickinson to Christie. Christie feeds it on. Oh, rough old play in the middle by Tech. They managed to hang on to it, only just. Dickinson with the wrap around on the 7 of Shears. It goes into no man's land. Back there is the 11, Luke Ali. Everywhere you look across all over the Melville paddock, there's Ali's everywhere.
It's about 5 of them playing. Only 5 of them playing this game.
5 stripped down last week for the Melville side. We won't be far off that today. Good Melville family. Been around for a bit. 1 short today. I think we only got 4. There's only one standing beside me who's having a rest. So out there, injury midfield.
Pretty even start to the second half.
Yeah, look.
Though, both teams coming out wanting it, so and the intensity hasn't changed either. So
So lots of ankle problems out here. That'll be a bit towards the mud as well. Just that underground a bit slippery. Turning some ankles over. 14-10. Melville lead over Tech. There's 2 changes from Melville at half time. 17, Shaquille Jakeman coming on at prop. The 21, Legend Hotham in the midfield for the injured Declan O'Donnell with that ankle. Alright, changes going off. Is that the 8 of Hugo Nankerville going? Looks like it is. Karakaritu has come on for Tech. Loose forward replacement. Christie peels it out wide, straight into the hands of 7. Shears cuts back on the infield. Falls there for Tech again. Christie. Tupaia Cook-Savage gets put on the ground. Good defence by Tech. Knock on. Sideline starting to get just a little more vocal here at Melville.
Don't expect anything less though, Minty.
22, Karakaritu comes on for Tech, replacing, just from what I can see, there's Nankivell that's gone off. Hugo Nankivell with a right ankle injury.
Well, he'll be joining Declan O'Donnell in the right ankle department.
So the 22, Karakaritu goes in and goes into lock, and the number 4. Nathan Smith moves to blindside flanker. Joe Shears on the number 8. Alex Suddy on the open side. Melville defensive scrum about 12 inside their half. Straight to ground. On this side, both going to ground. That's the 17 of Jakeman up against the 3 of George Dyer. Sam Christie wanders in with a bit of encouragement. First 5 knows exactly what goes on in the front row.
Sponsors Day here too at Collins Road, so Melville paying that homage to their sponsors, treating them well as they would.
Sponsors Day at rugby is always a good day. Scrum reset for Melville. O'Donnell has the ball. Big scrum from Tech again, going backwards, but the ball's been shovelled out by Melville in the wind take. Wide spinning ball out on the right wing. Tech defence getting over. Ball's out, but lost forward from a pass early on.
Yeah, Jenkinson making that little break there, Minty for Melville, but just a little bit tight on the pressure in the end from Fraser Tech, spilling the ball out.
Just spilling across field a little bit. They're getting some breaks up. Loving the work of the 7 for Melville, Tyrone Mahatariki Whakalelo. His work rate around the paddock's amazing. Big, tall, rangy number 7. Gets across the top of the ball well.
Melville have actually got 7s to burn. I mean, their fullback, Daniel Jenkinson's a number 7 from his college days.
Off the top hill. Suddy with the little drop ball through for the 4, Nathan Smith. Smith's got it there. Jenkinson, wide ball. Tupaia Cook-Savage out on the right wing, takes the pill. He drives to ground. It's there, and we're going to do a double roll.
One dynamic movement is the call these days.
Yep.
And, that's not what happened there.
He had a second movement. Fine line between releasing to allow to play on a second roll. Number 2.
Sometimes players can be caught out too. I mean, sometimes the temper releases the ball carrier so quick they don't realise that they've been held. So
Kieran Bartlett, the number 2 for Melville with a arm injury, just out there trying to get some movement in his left arm. Whether he's got a stinger, he's done something worse. The physio out there working it round and round, but that is one hell of a sore shoulder. Trying to get some feeling back in it. So Kieran Bartlett, the 2 for Melville. Comes to throw the ball in. That left shoulder. He's not loving it at the moment. Knocked on and dropped forward by Melville, the quick take. Tech take it away. They get up inside the Melville half. Dyer puts his head down, crashes up a couple. Karakaritu for a Tech. Head down, runs forward. Christie with a fast ball, bunts out wide, puts the ball into the second of the Christies. Viali Christie takes it. Ball's fed back quick and fast. Suddy with the pull. It's there for Jenkinson. The forward's out in the middle. Run up a couple. Neil, the big front row, is there. Ball's gone back the other way. Good defence coming in on Lansdowne from Melville. It's there again. Offside against Melville. That arm is giving Kieran Bartlett all sorts of grief still. When they go out in the middle, I would be picking. I'm not going to say anything anymore. I said last time they should take the shot at goal and they didn't. This time they might, right out in front. 14-13 might be a good bit of a reward.
It's a big difference. You know, 1 point ball game is a big difference to 4, isn't it? It's only one scoring.
Or we're going to take a scrum. See, I know nothing about this game whatsoever. I was always taught when I was young, take the points that are on offer. That's right, boss. Take the points.
You got agreements, but funny enough, it's only the front.
I'd like to win by 1 than lose by 9. Just saying.
You've been proven once wrong at least once today, Minty.
I spent my whole day being wrong. They may have the forward scrum dominance, but this is the first real scrum of the second half.
I can't believe we've only had 8.5 minutes gone in the second half. It
I
seems
know.
to have dragged on so long, this one.
Been a lot of injury time. Looks like there's some tech replacements warming up on the sideline.
15-10, Hotapu lead over Hamilton Mariston. 19-6, Hamilton Old Boys are leading over Morrinsville.
See, Mariston taking the penalties. So Tech with the big shove on. Walking forward. Advantage. Advantage to Tech. They're still charging forward. Under advantage from the scrum. So Tech put the wood on. Sam Christie comes in and says, fellas, we'll do this again. Encouraging the front row.
Are they trying to maybe work for a yellow card, maybe?
No, they won't get a yellow card from that far out, but if they keep pushing it through, if they get another penalty, they get closer. Inside the 5, it's that yellow zone. If you start giving penalties away on defensive scrums, that's when referees have been instructed to look at
penalty tries
and
too.
penalty tries.
You see a lot of.
Very hard to give a penalty try in that situation.
No, you wouldn't see a try
and a
from
yellow
that one.
card as well. They're too far out. But Tech will try and work it forward with a scrum that's working well at the moment.
We've got Frank Harley tuning in from Melbourne, so the Harleys are all over the place here, Minty.
Melbourne be locked inside at the moment. Nice to have you along. Hope you're safe and well over there. Sam Christie standing at first 5. He knows damn well he's not going to get the ball.
Bree Williams obviously didn't hear your comment about her driving earlier on, Minty, because she's still saying great coverage. Thanks us both.
Oh well, you know what it's like. Here we go, Tech again. Here comes the shove. Melville are backing up. The push coming round. It's knocked back and an intercept. We're going to come back for the penalty. We're playing advantage on the scrum.
Hey, what's the replay?
I'd say that one penalty was
We'll just go upstairs.
Big Ted Toto was asking for that last week.
So, referees talking to...
I think it was
front
angling
rows.
in the loose head for Melville.
I think Tech just had the push on and they rolled the shoulder in.
Yeah. That's how I've read it, Minty. Both ex-referees, so we should know what we're talking about.
Yeah, it's damned hard to defend when you're going backwards, and it's also hard to not give away the penalty once the scrum starts rolling like that. You're on the back foot, and if you've ever been behind the props, you're going backwards, you just can't get your feet, you can't get a grip, and you can't get any weight on. If they're pushing and you're trying to stop them, you'll slide, and all you end up doing is going backwards.
Penalties.
If the lock loses his footing, loses his grip, you lose all that stability, and you just go backwards even faster. So it's all about working as a unit, especially the defensive capability from here. Penalties
have evened up 6 apiece for the match.
11 gone, 14-10. Melville lead Fraser Tech. Here at Sponsors Day at 843 Collins Road. Jenkinson with the ball. Better scrum from Melville. Oh no, now Tech with the second push. Ball's there again. Advantage out.
too sure what's going on
And
there.
referee
Minty.
Stewart's walking across, waiting for an indicator
Right.
from touch judge. He gives the try. So the try is given after consultation with the touch judge.
That's at least twice now you've been wrong from penalties, Minty.
Yeah, 3 times.
3
But
times.
I'm not counting anymore. I'm sorry that you are. Now, see, the good thing probably for Melville there is the fact they allowed the ball to spin out. If they'd stayed in the penalty, it probably would have been penalty try and potential of a discussion with the prop for a sin bin. So the better result's probably a try out wide with conversion needed. But Tech Scrum just getting on top of Melville there at the moment. And this is after last week that Old Boys took this Tech Scrum apart for probably 60 minutes down at Mill Street.
Old Boys front row though, pretty stacked.
Yeah, you're looking at a Tech front row that's got George Dyer, who's had Waikato experience.
Fair point. Yep.
Yeah. Sam Penne, who's and over it goes. Conversion successful. So it becomes 17-14, first time in the match that, other than the very opening moment, that Tech win the lead. Melville have had dominance since then, and it comes back 17-14.
Go Melville!
Fraser Tech over Melville as the crowd fires up just a little bit here at Collins Road.
Deep boys, come on.
Rugby still left.
13 gone, 27 minutes left to go. Good footy here in Collins Road. Deep, long kick on there. Changes have happened to the Tech side. Ooh, now it comes. Just looking who's come on for Tech. Is that a change in halfback, is it? Or a change in hooker? Looks like a change of hooker for Tech. Straight.
20 is on for Fraser Tech there.
Tyrell Martin.
Yeah, we'll be at halfback.
Dickinson's day's done.
It's had a quiet game compared to what he normally does.
Another change of hooker coming in. Sam Penne, as he's done, he's replaced by Lau Tafui, the 16. And he is a big lad to be in the middle of a front row.
Good news coming in from Hamilton Maris for your Minty.
What's that?
17-15, they are up now again over Hotabu. Seems like a cracker of a game over there.
Maris leading Houtak. Wow.
Yeah, Holden will be pretty happy.
Baseman halfback. Tyrell Martin has the ball. Tech just get the shuttle on again. Daniel Popping and Jordan Bunce.
Well, the voice of Billy Hogg. if you don't know who Billy Hogg is, you do now.
Says Billy Hogg.
This card coming to Melville's way with a lot of things.
So yellow card.
He punched him!
Shaquille Jakeman comes to the sideline for 10 minutes. Yellow card. Jordan Bunce and Daniel Popping having a bit of a lick at each other. And as a result,
Play the game, boys. Come on.
I think Jakeman came in and had a word or two, and he was probably the one that got singled out.
Simon Humble yelling out to you there, Minty?
Is he? How are you, humble man? Where's he hiding from?
I don't know.
He
He
should have been.
Tech like scoring tries, not taking 3. That's the
Okay,
comment he's put in there.
He's coach of the Tech Bees as well, so he won't know. He's probably here watching somewhere. He hasn't brought me a beer yet, but that's all right. So attacking line out for Tech. Tech with the big roll on. They've driven it to ground. Martin with the pop ball to midfield. Number 12 for Tech's nearly there. And we're going to go down. We're going to take the try under the sticks as the Tech players running pretty excitedly. That will be the number 12. Tiripongi takes the try. That's good. Number 12.
Yeah, so Minty, I'm just
22-14.
Just having a look at other things on the stream here. I missed all that, but
You missed the... What are you doing?
I'm doing everything else but what I should be doing,
You're playing
Minty, just
IT
like
stuff.
everybody
You're
else.
playing IT stuff. I'm not IT like savvy at all.
No, well, hence why you're commentating.
And over it goes, 24-14. 18 minutes gone. Just a change in velocity. A couple of big drives, taking a little bit of dominance in the forwards. Another change in the forward pack for Tech. The ones they're taking off, their forwards are coming on and getting bigger.
Simon's got a great reason for not giving you a beer. He's off to Auckland, he said.
Oh, he's watching the final. We'll do with that.
As long as you're supporting the Blues, Simon, we'll let you off.
Taken in the middle by Karekaritu for Tech. Puts his knee on the ground. Ball's there. Tech starting to get a little bit of driven ascendancy going on. Christie on the big left foot. Hoiks it downfield into the sun. Taken at the back, and we're starting to run from the back as Melville. Looking for some gaps. Tackled is on the ground. Ball's there for Melville. Good recycling and defence of the ball from Melville. 17. Moley on for Tech. Molia. Melville. Good break upfield. Make 10, 12 metres. Good recycling. O'Donnell with the big swing ball to the middle. Ball's on the ground. Ball's there again for O'Donnell. O'Donnell spins wide. Looking right out into the centres. Ali. That's the 13, has the ball. Turns it back around. It's recycled again for Melville. Popping comes back to infield. Bounces out of 1. Bounces out of 2. Popping drives forward. Beautifully laid back from the Melville player. Good step. Nice little step. Oh, he's got it back. Melville are away. He's looking for support. He's got no one with him. He has him on the inside. O'Donnell gets it back to the 11. Ali. Melville on the rush attack at the moment. Tech struggling to get back in defence. Ball's wide. Oh, pick it. Massive tackle out there in the middle from Tech trying to shut the play down. Sam Christie. I think that was by the looks of it.
That was a big hit. It needed to be made too because Melville were just going forward with ball in hand. Yeah, they definitely had numbers on that far side.
Massive breakout by Melville though. The 11 with the jingling feet, the twinkling feet went right through the middle of the Fraser Tech defence, cut them wide open. O'Donnell on the inside took the ball.
Changes being made for Melville as well. Number 21 for Melville is on the field there. Legend Hotham, I think.
He's been on for a little while. He replaced
Oh, he has.
O'Donnell
Oh,
at
he just hasn't had the ball in hand by the look of that.
Look, I saw that at half time, Bevin. That's the one.
Yeah, and I think
I've
you
been ahead
did
of you on
mention
all day.
that.
Yeah, I've been ahead of you on that all day, just saying. They've got to make a replacement though because they've got a scrum down, so they have to bring a player to the sideline, which they've done. While they've got one in the sin bin.
Can't quite see who that number is actually. There doesn't seem to be too many clean jerseys out there, other than Legend.
I think the prop that came off at half time, Danny Arley's gone back on.
Had to come on for the
Cover, yeah, to come over to cover the sin binning. So Tech Pill, they've got to be careful here that they, with this 8 on 7, they don't push too far and actually beggar their own good ball up. Melville starting to look into a very strong sun that comes straight down the field here in the afternoon. Tech. 7-man scrum, and the scrum.
Scrum's the better one of the game.
Christie with the wide ball. That's a wacky old kick. 2-9, 14 for Melville.
Probably a big win there for Melville as well.
Rangy winger. Got some wheels too. 22 now on Liam Wilson. It's on the right wing for Melville. So another bum throw. Throw didn't go to right for Melville. Goes right over the top. It's stolen by Tech. Gaps opening up a little bit out wide. Good defence by Melville though. They've shut down the big number 12 from Tech. Christie looking to try and feed wide. Cuddy 22 puts the ball on the ground. Ball spin back the other way. Knocked on by Melville. Would go for the turn it a penalty, not making an attempt to catch.
On there,
Yeah.
for offside, looking at Grant Stewart's arm movements there.
There's 1 or 2. Hand was up in the air. So Tech slowing the game down now.
Otapu 22-17 against Hamilton Marist, and 26-6 Hamilton Old Boys are leading Morrinsville.
So how Tech back in front. It's Tech. Sam Christie with the left foot. Oh, he trips over. He nearly twists his ankle trying to trip over in a bit of mud there. Used to playing on those pristine surfaces over there in Japan, Mazda. Colin drove down, Dr. Sam. 20. Sean Walker comes on for Melville. Comes on at halfback as O'Donnell. Tech off the top, they set. Lots of referees out there at the moment. Fire Cook Savage saying they're coming up early.
I think he had a, I think he was right too, they were up pretty early, the double backs.
Tech try to break away. Tafui, Jordan Bunce slips, falls down, gets back up, gets monstered by some Melville defence, gets put on the ground, sets it. Suddy, the 6, puts his head down, makes a couple, sets it well. It's there again for Martin, the halfback of Tech. Christie puts it on the left foot with a chip ball through. Oh, look at this. The second of the Christie's out on the wing, picks it back up, throws it back infield. Push and shove going on in midfield between a couple of them from each side. Don't know what's going on there, but the footy's on the other side at the moment. Tech still have the ball. Christie feeds it out wide. Cook Savage, tackle was high, the referee will ping for that. Pops up on the inside. Cuddy 2, the 22, he makes another gap, swings it round. Inside is the 4, Nathan Smith for Tech. He puts it on the ground. Martin back to centre field. Tech rumble forward a couple more. It's there again for Martin. Christie at first receiver. Feeds it out wide. Big gaps opening up in the middle. Not enough though. Ball's there again. It's out. Coming back.
Tackle, I think.
Coming back a long way. 26 minutes gone, 14 to go. Just getting a fraction niggly out there in the middle. I'm not sure what started that in the middle.
I think I might be going back to that yellow card.
Yeah,
Munty, that's when things start to get a little bit ugly.
probably for me in that yellow card, I probably would have put a ball thrower and the guy that came in, I probably would have given them both a rest, just being fair or being normal. One threw it, one got involved where he shouldn't have. That's about where we should be. Okay, we're coming to check on something else with the touchy. So we'll have another stoppage. Can't be too long for that 10 minutes to be up. 3 minutes to go, roughly 2.5 minutes of the sin binning left to go. 24-14, Fraser Tech leading over Melville. Tech trying to keep their unbeaten season going. Melville, after leading 14-10 at half time, haven't crossed the line, put any points on the board in the second half. Winds died down, strong sunshine bathing Collins Road, very heavy underfoot, but Melville looking straight into the fine sunshine. Referee's having a long yarn here about something or what went on.
Jesse Hedu was refereeing the women's semi-final earlier.
Yeah.
And I think it's a Fraser Tech player that might be having a talk to here. Something off the ball.
So, Stu, is he reaching for his card? He's putting his hand in his pocket. We had referee's comms for the first one, so I could have told you we don't have referee's comms for this one, so we're going to make a guess. Joe Shears, the number 7. I think he's looking for someone. Who's he calling out? Referee Grant Stewart.
Just confirming who it was with.
So we're going back to Sam Christie coming in. So is Sam acting captain at the moment? Or is Sam the one that's in trouble? This is almost like a second half. Yellow card. Number 13. Guy Lansdowne. Fraser Tech goes for 10 minutes in the bin.
Man was a better man, he would have owned up to that.
Yeah, the name like Bud's always going to cop some advice.
So Lansdowne in the bin for 10 minutes for Tech. So at the moment it's 14-14 for another couple of minutes. Melville down a forward. Tech down a back. Colin O'Donnell looks like he's got a chest injury, holding his ribs.
I don't think he's the only one. There's been, I think there's been a few people that have struggled with injuries in this one.
So Melville back to a full complement. Shaquille Jakeman back on the paddock.
I'm gonna cry!
Melville with the ball. Strong run. Legend Hotham. Out to this wonderful number 7. Getting held up at the moment. So going to be turnover. I think he's having a cracking game. Tyrone Whakalelu. The 7 for Melville. Big, strong number 7. Cracking footballer. I don't know how old he is, the young fella. Talented footballer, loving his play. Very strong over the ball, aggressive. Nice for a number 7 like that, eh? Good to see them working hard. Giving everything, asking for nothing. A scrum to Tech, midfield. Tech 1 short in the backs. Straight on the ground. 29 gone, 24-14.
The scrum resets have definitely been tallying up, mainly due to the fact that it is a bit of a swamp here, and Grant Stewart's managed to find a bit of a dry patch.
I don't know about that. He's trying to find something that's not as soft as what he's currently standing in. So the game's sort of puttering along at the moment. It's sort of...
It's stalled, hasn't it?
It's got intensity, but it's sort of meandering at the moment with about 10 minutes to go. Try to Melville would make it interesting. Tick with the push off. So away goes Tick. Shears, the number 7, makes a big break upfield, sets the ball well. Christie looks out to his left. Tupaia Cook Savage out there, bounces it to Viali Christie, the left wing for Tick. Penalty comes not clearing according to referee Stewart. Big breakout though by the 7, Joe Shears. At the back of the line out. Melville desperate in defence.
10-7 is the penalty count going against Melville. Fraser Tech were the ones being pinged quite early on in this game, Minty. But now it's Melville's turn.
Been pretty much the Tech tries have been from breakouts a little bit more than sort of set phases.
There's been nothing over the top, is there, for either side?
Colin O'Donnell saw ribs, holding the right side of his chest. Very, very tidy halfback. So 10 to go. Check with the line out. Lautafui. On at hooker. Placing Sam Pino. Taken in by Tech. They've tried the roll forward and they peel around. Melville went for the sack. Tech peeled away. Tech still peeling around. Tafui puts it on the ground. Melville over the top. Quick take, Suddy. Suddy takes it quickly for Tech, the number 6. Drives towards the line. He's got his Tech forwards in behind him. He's on the ground, trying to relay the ball back. Releases it. Crash ball from Tech. Good tackle from the Jakeman, the 17 for Melville. Puts him on the ground early. Tech, short. Drive for the line. Short again. Oh, big defence, Melville, holding Tech out. They're throwing everything at it. Comes to the right. Looks for a step inside, outside, and we go for the try. It's a double. So number 12, under the sticks.
Again, Minty, just Fraser Tech just doing those small things just a little bit better than what Melville have in this second half. And that's the reason why the scoreboard for Fraser Tech has been ticking over quite a bit at the moment.
Yeah, courageous defence from Melville, though. They really held them out. I thought they'd actually turned them over. I thought they'd actually got the better of just run out of defenders. So Tech 15 up. Kick to come from right in front. Sun's gone out. It's starting to cool down.
Sun's disappeared on us, Minty. It's pretty cold.
Conversion successful.
Scoreboard not very
31-14.
Not very reflective of how the game's gone, though.
Nah.
Melville have played very well.
Melville, I think, out comes the 19 for Melville. Trey Hippie.
Pretty decent player to have off your bench as well. Good ball runner in the back three.
What Luke Harley want to try from you, mate?
So waiting for a pill. Somebody must have a ball around here somewhere.
There's a ball there.
Keep going, Luke. Worry about it, mate. Could be training balls.
7 to go, 31-14. Tech in front. Taken by, again, this massive number 7 for Melville. Beautifully laid back, fast ball. Jakeman, the big 17 for Melville, has a rumble forward. Ball's there. Off their feet go Tech. Karakari the 22, off his feet, leaning down on the pill, gets penalised by referee Grant Stewart.
can tell the penalty's gone the way of Melville because nothing's said by the crowd.
That's because we're on the Melville side. I think if we're on the other side, we might just hear a couple of things. Sean Walker puts the ball out on the 22. Kieran Bartlett, 2 for Melville's, recovered from that whack in his left shoulder he had. Six in the line out from Melville. Hippie, the 19, standing at 10. Solon by Tech. But messy old ball. Melville pull through. Trying to step over the top. Tech have got it. Oh, big gap. Suddy, the number 6. Up the middle of the paddock. Scruffy old ball. Tech just put it out because it's safer out there. It was messy. Suddy away on his own with the breakout. Desperately looking for some help.
Yeah,
no one with him.
4th line-out steal for Fraser Tech in this game as well, so Melville's line-out really not working for them. And it has been pretty messy.
Fraser Tech clearing the bench. Suddy after that run, he heads to the sideline. This does the one of Peter Neal. So everyone off for Fraser Tech. Grant Stewart saying, hang on fellas, we've still got everybody on the paddock. We'll clean all this up before we chuck it in.
Melville at home against Hamilton Mouse next week, and Fraser Tech at home as well, but against Morrinsville.
So 4.5 minutes to go here at Collins Road. Sponsors Day for the 8-4-3 Melville side. Line out ball for Bartlett to Melville. Oh, stolen again by Ioane.
As though that might be for diving on a player on the ground, which you can't do.
Couldn't deny, but it was a wonderful sort of dive on the ground after he touched him. I gave it a 9 for that.
A 9?
Yeah, it was a 9. Even though he was laying down, the throw in the arms in the air was a 9. No damage done, but gold medal.
Don't think that's on found touch there, Minty.
Ball not kicked out. Bad mistake by Tech. Now we're going to run it. Hotham. Gaps opening up. Jordan Bunce with the tackle. Thrown in field. Legend Hotham knocks it backwards. Still in the hands of Melville at the moment. They come back midfield. Ball set up well. Tech coming across the top. Pills there for Melville. Gaps are opening. 19 has it. Oh, inside ball. Beautiful ball. 22's breaking away. Wilson with the break. Good tackle by Tech. Defence coming in. Tech offside in the midfield. That number 7. Pakalelu again. He's been everywhere today. Just going forward. Ball's there for Melville. They've gone right. Nice draw and pass. It's a big gap opening up. Ball's there. Knocked on by Tech with a hand in the air as he's retreating. Melville still have it. They drive forward. It's there again for Melville. 7 again for Melville. Puts his head down. Oh, knocked on. We'll go back. Or will we?
It might have been an advantage over there, Minty.
2 to go.
That's what's called.
2 to go. Melville now getting adventurous with the pill. 31-14. Tech at the moment continuing the unbeaten season. Stag trophies in the cabinet for a year. After the win over Old Boys last week.
No, they had 2 defences this season just with the way the draws
yeah.
gone.
Oh, they're only allowed 2 home games. Their bar turnover's too much. Defensive scrum Tech.
Actually took the Stag trophy off Melville last year too.
It was at finals day when they took it off them, when the Melville girls won the Melville women won the Premiership. Tech came over and took the Stag Trophy home. It's the day that Simon Humble was playing too. Scrums turned around, still advantage Tech. And away we come. Tyrell Martin breaks out the little halfback. Tech pouring over the top over him. Hills there for Tech. Slow ball low. Just taking their time. This ain't going to go far out in the backs. The forwards have a whole piece of it. They're going to lock it up and tie it down. There's only one way they're going. Melville over the top. Almost a turnover coming, but Tech were there. Sam Christie puts it on the left foot, he says. Let's go downtown, people. Horrible bounce
He said over
for Luke Ali. That
Bulls
wasn't,
do some funny things there, Minty, and just filled Luke.
that wasn't
Ends up,
fair.
unfortunately.
It did a couple of half turns in the air and then bolted in behind him. And it touched off him, so it'll be a Tech ball.
Time still left to play.
Not much on the clock. No, Melville ball. Kieran Bartlett with the throw for Melville. Tech have been absolutely mongralising Melville's line out for the last few. And again, they do it again. Bartlett has it. He puts his head down. Good drive from the hooker. Gets some support from his forwards. Popping. Drives forward. Tech get driven out of the road. Ball's there for Melville. Looking to spin wide. There's a bit of a gap in the middle. Tech get across there. Put them on the ground. Tech defence is good. Melville trying to drive across. Penalty will come back to Melville. 41 minutes gone by the clock. Tech. Melville, tap and go. Oh, almost an intercept by Tech. Knocked on.
Oh, come on! Straight into the head with the shoulder! When he's on the ground! You're a dickhead, Bunce. That old man wasn't like you.
So we'll go back to the penalty to Melville. Midfield.
You'd be crying if it was one of your players.
Melville on the tap. Quick tap by Melville.
Get back in the loop.
There's a lot of talk coming from everywhere
Yeah.
at the moment, Minty.
Where's 10? You can count 10. So Shears goes up, tries to make a statement, misses the tackle. Little bit of frustration. Christie goes in, puts the big hit on, puts the big tackle on. Read the play and he shut it down quickly and early. Two of them lying on the ground. Popping and Christie know each other, having a bit of a cuddle after the tackle. Maybe they've got a bit of age on, a bit of tiredness. Tech trying to defend. Melville, great run going on. That's the 22. Liam Wilson, big run up that right wing side. Ball's in the hands of Melville. Midfield, they drive up a couple. Hills available. Still spinning. They come to the left. Comes back in as Ali. He looks for the gap in the middle. He's made it. He's beaten one or two or three. Gets tangled up. Martin, the halfback for Tech, comes in and puts him on the ground. Tech are claiming a turnover. They are. Jordan Bunce feeds it out. Tapia Cook Savage. Savage going to run into trouble out there, and he does. Poppins on top of him. He's on the ground. Tackle ball.
Release it! Come on! Release it!
Ioane. The big lock for Tech. Does what he does again. Takes it forward a couple. Nathan Smith, the 4, puts the ball forward. And when he goes to the penalty, not releasing from referee Grant Stewart. Done 44 minutes.
Interesting to see what Tech can do here, actually. No, they still want to play. No, they're not going to. They're going to keep it out. Nothing else. Oh. I'll leave you to it, Minty.
Well, I didn't see that coming. They just said put it out. So Tech have decided to tap and run, trying to make a break and a gap on the other side. Ball's there. They put themselves under pressure. We're at 44 minutes and counting in the second half. Melville trying to get across the top. Ball's there. Martin on the blind side. It's going to go out and get knocked out. And that will be us today, ladies and gentlemen. Tech running out the winners 31-14. 14-10 to Melville at half time. And Tech running in 21 unanswered points in the second.